Welcome back to Hiking with Kathleen. In today's video, we're going to look at the fact that spring is ahead of schedule. It's my very favorite time of year because this is when the leaves are not yet on the trees, bugs are not yet around us, but we're getting to see the return of migrants and animals that we would normally see in hibernation or torpor, where they go for a winter sleep. So stay with me as we explore how we are ahead of schedule this very first week of March in 2024. Okay, so that's a first for me. That's a female cardinal singing. I didn't know that female cardinals sang. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that and find out if that's unusual. She's at the top of a bush, which again is also unusual because she usually likes to be more subtle in her appearance. She's got the muted coloration for camouflage that a lot of female songbirds have, because the male is the one that typically goes around, protects the territory by singing around its territorial boundaries. I just can't believe a female cardinal sings. So anyway, that's an interesting thing today. So I've been out here probably for 2.5, 3 hours this morning. And it's not as though I've seen a lot of variety in terms of wildlife, but I have seen a lot of beauty. And so the wildlife I have seen, one example would be an indicator species for the spring is the American robin. I saw that this morning, but you know what? I've seen robins over the winter time too. Now, we didn't have a very severe one, so I think a lot of them just chose to not migrate south. But I have seen a lot of other birds that are indicator species, like red-winged blackbirds. And, you know, the other day I saw a turtle. Well, they're coming out and they're trying to, you know, raise their body temperature by basking in the sun. But the day that I saw it, I think it was only 6 degrees that day. So this is a really exciting time because now things are coming into their own. It's the sign of life being sort of, you know, brought back into the forest, brought back into the wetlands. And I hope you're enjoying this journey with me. So I'm out here on a different morning, and I'm kind of reflecting on the kinds of interesting things that I've seen while I've been out here hiking this past week. Sometimes all I do is I video. As soon as I see wildlife, I video without worrying about what it is, what it's doing. And then when I get the videos at home and upload it to my computer with the large monitor, I can see interesting things that I would have missed if I just used binoculars or if I just, you know, focused on identifying it first. For example, a couple of things that I noticed. I captured a female cardinal singing. I didn't know they did that. I thought that was the most interesting thing. And so I guess that's not exclusive to cardinals, that there are some females of other songbird species that sing. And the other interesting thing was, this is when I was just out in a marshy area yesterday, and I was filming a killdeer. I hadn't seen killdeers yet. I'd heard them, but I hadn't seen them yet for this season. Anyway, I was filming this one, and I noticed that there was a bit of a leg shaking that was going on. Oh my gosh, that's an actual behavior that they do in order to stir up the food. And then whatever gets stirred up because of the movement that their water, that their foot creates in the water or on the ground, other animals come to it that are edible for killdeer, and it's like ringing their dinner bell in a sense, right? But the little animals that are being stirred up don't know that. So anyway, it's just really interesting. I'm constantly learning new things about wildlife and nature in general. So I'm here to share with you some great news. I saw my first snake of the season. It was a garter snake, and it was exactly in the area where I found the newly emerged garter snakes last year. So today is March 8th. That's really early because I don't typically see snakes until maybe the end of March or April. So it's March 8th, and today's temperature is 8 degrees Celsius, feeling like 5 degrees Celsius. Now, today's high will go up to 10 degrees. The reason I mention these facts about time of year and the temperature is because snakes, reptiles in general, reptiles and amphibians, fish, those are animals that are ectotherms. They get their heat from the outside environment. So this snake that I found was basking in the sun. And what was really cool is to be able to capture the behavior where they stick the tongue out. And what they're doing when they stick the tongue out and in is they're collecting the air molecules because that is their sense of smell. So they're able to interpret the world around them through their tongue. And so that snake didn't move too far away from where I was. I mean, I wasn't right in its vicinity. I was using the telephoto lens, so I was able to stand back quite a ways. But it probably was picking up the sense of smell or taste, maybe to interpret what I was. But it didn't move away. But then again, it's chilly out here, so it doesn't have a whole lot of external heat in order to warm it up, which helps it to move faster and helps it with digestion. But anyway, so snakes are out now, and I'm very excited to share that with you. So at this point here, I'd like to wrap up today's video, and thank you so much for coming along. We've had a chance to explore a lot of different things together in this video, and this is kind of my kickoff to spring, and I didn't know that that's going to happen because today is March 8th. So we've just wrapped up a week's worth of video and therefore a week's worth of early signs of spring. So we had a chance to explore some of the trails in the fog in the early morning. And we've also had a chance to see some of those early indicators of spring. Like that really interesting footage, at least it was really interesting to me to see the killdeer and seeing how it does that sort of foot shaking in order to stir up the prey. And to be able to see that snake today, the garter snake. That's my first snake sighting, and I find that is really exciting. To me, what I'm really drawn in by are animals that are lesser understood, and just try to maybe provide some, I don't know, some interesting facts or some ways of giving people that comfort level that they're worth learning about. So, for example, I really hone in on bats, snakes, and coyotes. They all seem to get a bad rap, and those are animals that I tend to really, really admire. So I'm really glad you're along with me today. I have to say, I spoke with several individuals while out on the hiking trail, and some of these folks have been watching Hiking with Kathleen on Rogers TV. So I've been getting a lot of really positive feedback from people who I'm meeting face to face. And thank you so much for letting me know that you are enjoying the contents of the show. You can always watch more current stuff that's on YouTube, where I release a new episode every Tuesday morning. But I am over the moon grateful for Rogers TV providing much more local viewership. And the people who are watching tend to be really appreciative, and that really warms my heart. So I'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for following. If you enjoy the content, please click like. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And then I look forward to seeing you out on the trail next Tuesday. Bye for now.